I just came from Jamaine Ortiz's camp. Teofimo Lopez versus Jamaine Ortiz. Jamaine kind of he popped up. I don't want to say out of nowhere, but he was not, and he still is not. He's not respected. They talk about Teofimo and Shakur and Gervonta and Devin, and they even talk about Ryan Garcia, who, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't belong in that conversation. Um, they don't talk about Jamaine. Jamaine beat Jamel Herring, which is a good win, but is not anything that anybody's really going to give you your flowers for. He was Lomachenko's sparring partner, and then he fought Lomachenko, and he fought him well. He lost that fight. He thinks he thinks he won that fight, but a lot of fighters think they won fights that they lost. But look, he went the distance with Loma. He fought well. He wasn't really ever in any trouble. He just especially in the latter rounds of that fight, he couldn't keep up. And Loma's just matrix style of fighting gave him fits. But Jamaine is a very good fighter, and I'll tell you, after spending time with him, phenomenally disciplined, phenomenally disciplined. And if you want to last in this business, you have to be a disciplined fighter, which I think mentally very, very difficult to do. But I just checked, I went back, and every other day rather, I checked the odds of that fight. The odds makers are picking Jamaine to get steamrolled by Teofimo. Teofimo's like plus 850, and Jamaine is like minus 510. That's, they're not giving him a shot. I think he has a better shot than that. He's a very good fighter. He is sound. He's quick. He has excellent footwork, and he's not going to just be mentally broken. He's not going to have his will broken in the ring. Teofimo, I think, is still one of the top 10 pound for pound best fighters. The loss to Kambosos was just a bad loss. It was like a promotion that went like a year because Triller went defunct and they were supposed to fight on Triller. And Teofimo came out and wanted to take off Kambosos' head and went too hard, too quick, and lost the fight because of it. But he is still the guy who outboxed Vasily Lomachenko beautifully in a beautiful fight, outboxed Josh Taylor, and is a raw athlete on the level that few of the guys in the sport are. And I think, he's a very tough out. You can't just count on him to come in and kind of play to the level of his opponents as he's done in the past, as he did with Kambosos. But Jamaine, a minus 510, 550 dog, I don't think that's a good line at all. If you were feeling lucky, you could throw some coin on Jamaine there. I don't know, but Jamaine is a good fighter who should be talked about more. And look, to his credit, he's taken the big fights. He's taken Lomachenko and he's taken Teofimo. What happens if he loses to Teofimo now? You run the risk of them saying you can't beat the big boys, you can't beat the big fighters. But I still think he holds his own very well against these guys.